You know, every city reaches a moment where it has to decide what it wants to become.
Hello.
And today in Skellytown, Mayor Billy Skelly might have just found that moment. Because earlier this morning, Billy met with the newly elected city representative, Clara Whitmore, a local economist who's been quietly studying the future of our region. And according to Clara, Skellytown has a big problem. Right now, every student who graduates high school here leaves the city for college. They head to Westvale, or even further away. And the problem isn't just that they leave, it's that they never come back. This means we're losing future doctors, engineers, teachers, and business leaders. So Clara brought forward a proposal. Instead of exporting our talent, why don't we build the place that attracts them? A regional university. Now her reasoning actually makes a lot of sense. First, a university would give our growing population access to higher education without leaving the region. Second, universities attract research, startups, and high-skilled jobs, which means better offices, better industry, and a stronger tax base for the city. But the most important question is where to build it. Clara's proposal is to place the campus just outside the main urban core, close to the highway and rail corridor, so students from neighboring towns can commute in easily. The idea is to create a walkable campus district surrounded by medium-density housing, cafes, bookstores, and transit connections. Basically, a whole new academic neighborhood for Skellytown. And honestly, the more Billy hears it, the more he likes it. This sounds like the kind of project that could shape the entire future of the city. So today, we're going to see if Representative Whitmore's vision can become a reality. If you're excited for the brand new massive university expansion for Skellytown, smash that like button and subscribe to stay up to date for future builds. Leave a comment or just an emoji. Let me know what we should be doing in the future episodes. But let's get going. All right, guys, we are sitting out in front of the new train station that we put in last episode, which I'd say is looking pretty good. However, on the backside, it's looking a bit dull. So what we're doing in today's episode is we are building that university right behind the train station, right in this very centralized spot of Skellytown, just between the north and the south side. All right, so to get started, we are gonna first demolish everything off of this road here. Wipe out all these houses, unfortunately, but they gotta go. Oh, what am I deleting? I don't know. I don't know what I got here. What is that? Oh, it's a park. That's fine. Don't accidentally delete the road. All right. We are going to as well have to redo this power line. We're probably going to end up putting this section underground, which is fine. Let's go ahead and just update that guy. So it's going to go down underground, connect it on up that, and we do need a new substation. So we're going to have to put a little bit of a substation here. And let's just do the... Why don't we do the small one? That should be perfectly acceptable. Yeah. Now that we have this in place, we should have enough room to put the standard university here, and I'm really hoping it fits. It's a tight one. It's definitely tight. All right. It's not quite there, but maybe what we do is we slide that over there, and hopefully there's nothing that overlaps this. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that should work. We got a little bit of parking lot over here. That's for the high school. That could definitely play a role in that. And yeah, I'm good with that. That looks pretty good. All right, let's just take a gander at the university here. That looks splendid. Right across from the train station, so there's lots of access. Anybody can just get down here from any direction. They can even come from Fiddlesticks up the valley. You can just about see them poking over the edge there. Right, yeah. So this, I think, should work pretty well. We are right on the edge over here, so we might have to slightly change this highway to maybe have to be a little bit steeper. Just a little bit. Yeah, so we should be able to connect into here. There's already a ton of people. Let's see, are you just doing a circle? Let's see, where are you going? Oh boy, that's fun. Okay, well, something like that. That should work. And then we're going to need to get our pathings out and probably just do a big path kind of right down the middle. I think it should suffice. Oh yeah, that looks excellent, game. Good job. Can't move that. Oh, I think that might have been the, oh, that's interesting. So down is up and up is down. Love it when the game does that. All right, how about we just, can we pull that over? Okay, well, that's what we're going to do. Pulled the road up just a little bit. Now that should let people through that section there. So that looks pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and decorate it up a little bit. Maybe place a line of trees down here, maybe to block some of the view. We'll do maybe some intermittent ones like that, possibly. Let's make sure that our trees don't grow and die. So we are going to have to expand out this a little bit. Unfortunately, we gotta drag it this way a little. It ain't gonna work out great, but we gotta give the university just a little bit more room there. A little crooked, but we'll have to deal with it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right. All right. Next thing we could do, we could even, I think what we're going to end up doing is actually not deleting the university. Taking a secondary path out this way. That is also this guy. And yeah, we're going to loop this sucker around so we can get it connected up on the other side. Just make sure we stay at about the same height as the wall there. And then we're going to come down on this side here. So why don't we actually start with that part? You can just take it straight down to the ground. And yeah, we'll just expand this all the way down to here. Actually, let's do this section first. And have it, you know, go off the ground. That's... Why has it got to do that? Why has it got to do that? If the game don't want to do it, then I'm going to make it do it. Just like that. Alright, let's get rid of those trees. And actually, let's just use the delete radius. Make it a little easier on ourselves. There's a lot of random trees now. Speckle around the area, and I just accidentally deleted all those. Wonderful. Alright, let's finish up this here. Alright, that's a nice little path currently around the back side here. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and just connect this on up. On the ground, apparently, because that's what I told it to do. You know what, actually, let's just actually bring this down. I thought maybe we could have it raised, but it kind of makes sense to do that instead. It's alright. You can kind of start coming down. Now, right here, you got to be careful you're a pedestrian. Not to fall off the edge into the road. So let's just see if we can fix that. Alright. A little better. It's a little better. Now at least you're not going, you know, onto the highway. Thankfully. Let's just go ahead and bring that down. Sorry for the loudness going on here. We'll call that good. Yeah, so now we got a little bit of a secondary way to get around. Alright, now we got a nice kind of... Got a nice barricade here between the university and this. So let's go ahead and check. Yeah. So this is going to be a university for, obviously, most of these districts. And Fiddlesticks. Because obviously they can take the train and end up smack dab in front of it. So that should work out rather well. And actually, we're already up to 2,000. 2,100. So this is going to get busy really fast. Now, the other problem is we did not leave a whole lot of space for any form of expansion. So that's a bit of a bummer. We do have the room for the expansion wing, which is good. We don't need that quite yet, as we don't even have half of 15,000, so that should be fine. We do have the library, which there really is no good spot to put this. Unfortunately, we kind of land stuck ourselves here, but I think that that's a very decent spot for this to start with. Excellent. Let's go ahead and maybe decorate out a little bit more going on here. So let's go ahead and get maybe our pathing tool and connect up maybe a few more of these paths. We'll maybe take it right from this corner. Be on the ground, please. Throw in a little bit more variation there. That looks pretty good. Maybe add in a nice gazebo there with... We could throw a fountain right here. There is already kind of a fountain in this area, but why don't we throw a couple fountains right there? That'll look pretty nice. All right. Next up would be to kind of get some trees. I don't know what sort of trees. Maybe some birches might look pretty nice. Space it out a little bit more. Touch more. All right, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, that tree is right in the middle. That's pretty good. And then let's just throw a couple oaks down in the middle of this. A little bit more variation there. That's looking pretty good. Oh yeah, these are those London planes. So these are all be much bigger in a little while. Unfortunately, we do have to wait for that to happen until I get that tree mod back, which we could. I could eventually get it back, but that's all right. Right now, I do not. One thing we are missing down here is some of these bike lanes. So let's go ahead and actually build this out as a bike lane. Now we do have that one as well. Why don't we actually just bring this all the way on down? We have this connected here. So, you know what? You can never have too many bike lanes. I think that's okay. Unless you guys think otherwise. We need less bike lanes. All right, sweet. Yeah, so we're up to 2,500. That's not bad for the size of the city. I mean, we only have 53,000. And if we look at our population chart, actually, if we look at our education chart, we can see we currently have only 3,000 actually eligible for university and a lot more eligible for a college. So that was the part of the plan for the other bit of this. And actually, we are going to make a little bit of change here. We're going to make, I don't know, whatever that blue is. But yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. Let's take a gander at how this is looking. So yeah, you can take a trip right over with the train here. Hop off the train. Head right over to the college like all those people are doing. There's a bunch of people just standing here for some reason. What you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Okay then. I hope you guys are having a good time. Excellent, excellent. Now that we have our university in place, we do potentially need a college as well. All right, after having a little bit of a gaze around the town to figure out where maybe we want to put this new college, I'm thinking that a beautiful spot would be over here in Fiddlesticks. And I was also thinking that maybe we would replace some of these houses. It's a fairly flat area, and I think it has good access right from the train station. We have this bike route. We could also just throw in a path, potentially right over top of this. And actually, the colleges are really not that large, so it should work rather well. As maybe we bring this road out, maybe make it end, and have it be kind of facing the other way, to the left. So I'm thinking that that's what we end up doing. I don't see a lot of traffic, too much traffic kind of heading down that road. So let's go ahead and just back it up to about there. We will end up deleting those houses. I'm so sorry, guys. And then we're going to come out to our colleges. And actually, I'm not really 100% sure which one of these that I want to use. But I was probably going to use this, the CN Community College. I think it looks pretty good. I'm okay with that. The other option was just the standard college, but I think this one actually looks pretty good. So we're actually going to need to back this out just to the end here. I mean, we're just going to have to do that. And I think if we take this road out, I think we can kind of tuck it. We can kind of tuck it right into this hill right here. And I think the road lines up rather well there. And while we're at road change, let's go ahead and maybe get a road that has some parking on it. Could work out pretty well for us. And then, yeah, we're just going to go about right there. So it kind of just feels like it's a little tucked into the hillside there, which should be pretty nice. Let's go ahead and get our terrain tool out and just kind of fix it up just a little bit. Soften it up a little bit again. Yeah, I think that works pretty well for me. And again, we're going to select our operating districts of pretty much being all of these 5 here. And that should be pretty good. The next step would be getting the pathing out there, make it easier from the train station. So we already do have this path here that's kind of going up to this hillside. And so, I don't know. I feel like maybe that's just the quicker approach. So let's go ahead and delete out that house so we get a decent straight path to there. And why don't we actually get out the bike path as well? All right, let's fix up this stair so that the bikes don't have to go down some stairs. I don't know what's going on there, but okay, apparently I was moving the whole road. All right, let's maybe try that again. I think it was because it technically snapped. I kind of wish that it would make this a little bit smoother, but like, what is up with that, game? Why are you doing that? All right, well, I guess we're gonna do that. Or not. We try that again. Small increments. There we go. All right. I'll take that. That actually doesn't look too bad. Delete out some of these trees so they're not in the path, actually. Apparently, I can't delete those ones. That's interesting. Weird. Okay, then. All right. Now that we have this path in place behind this wall, I guess, you guys can make it through there, right? Yeah, it's all right. We'll have to live with it. All right, let's go ahead and maybe decorate this out a little bit. We'll put a line of apple trees, maybe. Go ahead and do that down each side. Make it look like it was intended to be like this. That is step one. Next step would be to finish out this connection over here. All right, very good, very good. I think this is going to turn out quite nice. Let's go ahead and fill in the rest of these detached houses here. Obviously don't want anything there. No, we don't want that house. That's going to ruin everything. We will put them there, though. I think I don't know why I missed that part, but yeah, I think that that's pretty darn good. So now we have this college in place. There's not too many right now. I don't think we've had it running for a while, but that should increase quite a bit. If we take a look here, our capacity now is 6,000. I can't believe that thing holds 6,000. It's quite a bit. But yeah, it's coming up real fast. So we should start seeing a lot of movement, a lot more movement, I should say, down this train station. All right, let's kind of take a look and see what's happening here. So that one didn't let's see, is this thing gonna fill up or? Yeah, someone's filling up a little bit. All right, blue train, what are you doing? Okay, that's just flying through. Okay, thanks. How many did you have on here? I don't know. Don't think I caught it in time. I essentially want to know a train that's coming in. It's currently 58. I mean, 20 people got off, so it's not bad. Not bad. We could potentially add in maybe a little bit more parking down here. If we ended up taking this out a little bit more, and then let's maybe try that again. Yeah, I don't know. That's a little ridiculous. Maybe we swap it to these roads, I guess. All right, let's just kind of make it look a little nicer. Then we'll delete that last one. I don't know. A little bit of character, I guess. Nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. All right, let's wrap this back up again, I guess. Now we can bring it back down to there. All right, one thing that we could also put in for this college would maybe be just a small little soccer field. And we could maybe put it right there. Could work. I think that's still out of the way up here. Yeah, you know what? Actually, we probably could slide it over a little bit more than that. Maybe we go like there. That should work. Can't hardly even notice anything over here, so that's good. Then we just need to delete a few of these trees kind of in the middle, just so they're not completely in stands. All right, I think that cleaned it up pretty nicely, I'd say. Let's go ahead and get out our terrain tool a second. Maybe we can see about flattening this area a little bit where this path is. That should work. I don't know if that's a usable path, but we're going to pretend like it is. I'm going to fill this down to here, maybe. And actually, we'll just bring it right up in. That'll work. I mean, it looks like crap, but... yeah, you know what? Nah, we're going to leave that. That's fine. Alright, one thing that this does need is... Oh. I was going to say it needed a road connection, but apparently not. Interesting. Okay, well, never mind. Let's let's put that up to there. Actually, so we can get it a little higher. And let's make sure that all of these are at that level as well. Actually, let's do the end one. That should be a little better. All right, let's do another delete path of some of these trees in here so that they're not in the road like it has been. All right, that's better. And then we're going to get out our terrain stamping tool. And we're going to get this squared off just to look a little nicer. I am actually going to replace this one without the median. And then we're going to fix this up just a little bit. Try to make this look a little nicer. Which I don't know if that's possible or not, but we're going to try it. All right, yeah, let's see about adding one more, actually. So we got to make sure that we're right on the edge there, and then just bring it on straight up. And then we'll have to move it a little bit. That'll be fine. All right, it's a bit floaty, but we can always fix that with decorations. Actually, we need to be in the line tool and go to net lanes and then go to fences, and we can get maybe a high hedge, and we can just kind of fill it in and maybe do a straight line or not. It's fine. I can just turn all this in. Yeah, add a little bit of decoration there. It looks like we matched. Oh, look at that. We matched exactly what was on that already. Okay. Well, you know what? We're going to add a little bit of a fence here for the bike path. The bike path can kind of slide in about there. Should be good. All right. I think this has been pretty nice. Let's go ahead and just click that guy, and we will finish off this side with a hedge and finish off that side with a hedge. And that is a pretty nice custom parking lot. I will take that. Turned out a lot better than I thought it would. So yes, that is excellent. Let's go ahead and slow it down. Let's click on our terminal here. So there's only 36 people waiting, so that's a positive sign. There's pretty much nobody on any of these trains, which is sad, but it should only grow in the time that we spend. Let's go ahead and check out the train station over here, see what this one has. 122 waiting. That's not too bad. I can take that. So we look at this. We're at 5,300 for the university. That's actually quite a bit. Take a look at our education again. Looks like our only thing lacking is high schools now. So yeah, there's almost 6,500 eligible for university. They're just not all in the university. But yeah, so I think that this turned out to be a very nice endeavor for the city of Skellytown. One last thing before we go. I was intending to hook up this road somehow over here. Just to give the port another access point in, which should be a fairly useful thing to have in here. So we are going to actually use the 4-lane road still. And we do need to probably tunnel through this road. All right, well, I guess I was trying to make a cool little tunnel, but yeah, that ain't going to happen anymore. Here we go. I guess we're just going to not tunnel, and I'm just going to make a fun little curve around this side here. And actually, we do want to be on that side of the train anyway. So maybe we use the terrain to our advantage, and we get a spot about there, potentially. And, oh, that's got to be way higher than that. Never mind. Go there, and then go this way. There we go. That's not too bad. Flatten that a little bit. Look like it was part of the terrain. All right. We're going to take that, and then this is where we're going to make a little bridge, which that was probably a little too high, but yeah, you know what? We're going to bring that down just a little bit. I'm going to go maybe out there, and then perfect. So we get about a dead straight slope. Perfect. All right. Now, I think we probably want to follow the train line pretty closely, I would say. Let's go ahead and maybe just kind of eyeball a little bit, go about there. And then it's just a matter of having this turn in and be a pretty straight line. Yeah, that's not too bad. Update that road there to get rid of the trees. And yeah, you can hardly even tell. Let's kind of soften this up a little bit. Oh, well, it would help if I didn't have it elevated there. There we go. And honestly, I think this whole thing could be probably elevated, but we'll do like that. I guess. All right. So I'm thinking that this road will just come around here and try to do a 90. I think we will have probably a road kind of come about there, I would say. We are getting closer and closer to our downtown over here, which is exciting. But yeah, let's go ahead and bring this out this way. Don't know where that's going to lead to, but we will end up just kind of teeing that in there for now. At some point, we'll probably build something out here of some kind, but for now, we just want a connection. So now that we have that connection, this should be utilized a little bit more if there's people coming from this way wanting to get into the port, which shouldn't clog up this road as much, which you can clearly tell it's very busy. Very busy. Alrighty. Well, we have gotten a lot done in this episode, I would say. We built a brand new university, a brand new college, and a brand new connection into the highway. So a lot of good work has been done in this episode. And if you guys were thrilled, I would say very thrilled, right? Be sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. It really helps out the channel. I'd love to see it keep growing. But again, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will see you next time.